I just got done watching a horrible, horrendous, low budget anthology film. It's called Grim Woods. It's a 2019 film. It's directed by two guys, Ryan Byrne and Danial O'Brien. And it's written by these two guys along with Hannah Craig, whoever that is. The movie follows pretty much a group of camp counselors. They find this evil book of stories, scary stories, and they read, each of them read a story in it. You have three segments. The first one, I don't know what the name of is. I wasn't really paying attention at the beginning. But pretty much it's about a babysitter who is babysitting this girl and this sister and brother. And if you saw the movie Amusement, then you know where this is going with the clown. But in these segments, they're not that long, but at the same time, it's to where you don't fully understand the endings to them. At least with Tales from the Crypts, the endings you understood. There was a lesson in some of them, if not most of the stories. But these ones not so much. There's the first one with the babysitter. She's talking to her boyfriend on the phone. She tucks in the one girl for bed, and she gets startled by a clown, life-size dummy clown looking thing. Even though it looked like it was, I mean, I already noticed the guy in a suit, but I could have swore I saw him breathing. I saw it move. I'm like, are you not gonna comment on that? And she doesn't. And I swear, during the end climax when everything's about to go crazy, which is really not much of a climax, but there's a scene where she goes downstairs because she hears noises, and she thinks the little girl's playing tricks on her. Oh, and the clown's name's Freak Show, I think. I believe is Freak Show. I mean, I guess the look of the clown was okay in spots, but when you see the guy's eyes, and he's not really scared of you anymore. But yeah, there's a scene where she goes down in this, I guess it's the cellar or something, and she sees the clown sitting in a chair. Cause the little girl claims that, oh, I'm trying to find Freak Show because he's hiding and crap, and she finds him, and then I guess she goes to grab his nose. I'm like, and the way it's shot is showing his body profile stuff. You can clearly see, I swear, he is breathing in that scene to where you can tell that's a dude in a suit. You just if the doctor asked you to take a deep breath and you do. It's I guess this costume was that hot for this actor to be in, so I couldn't hold it. I just had to breathe. I swear he inhaled. He was breathing that much. But the story ends pretty much. Apparently, she calls the dad, and then the dad gets there. The boyfriend gets there. He dies because he just stands there. And granted, he let the kids escape, but then the kids are watching him die. And the way the one little boy that I get this was an amateur, low budget movie, but oh my god, the kid that reacted the most, and not even in it's like the scene in Star Wars Episode 3 with Vader, except at least his was more emotional than this kid, because at least Vader lost. He was angry. and he was depressed because he lost Padme. This kid, well, you don't know the guy, but at the same time, you see somebody murder in front of you, and all you can say is, no, or oh no. Like, he has no emotion, he's not reflecting any emotion at all in his voice. Even on his face, he's not emoting. I'm like, oh, wow. And they kept that taking the movie. I'm like, wow. They must have been on a tight schedule with this movie. So the kids make it to the neighbor's house, and I guess the mom stays there with them. But then she wants to. You find out when they call the police, they only sent one policeman to the house, which I'm like, I think you should call like more people, especially if you're like. I don't know who called. I can't remember. I think it was the dad. Maybe it was the dad, or no, I think it was the neighbor next door because told them to call the police. So, but yeah, they only sent one police officer there, and it so happens to be, I guess, he's working with this clown killer, but at the same time, the clown killer is also a policeman. Because then, I think it's the same guy that was in the clown costume, I believe. It has to be, because then the guy, because two of them arrive at the neighbor's house with the mom and the kid, and they're like, let's take the mom down to the station, just ask you a few questions, because then they're like, well, maybe the babysitter's involved in this, and she's like, no way, but you think so? And so then she goes with them, and right when they're about to pull off, the babysitter runs down to, and this is at nighttime, by the way, well, I guess, but she, starts screaming, hey, hey, and the mom starts freaking out because she's like, because the babysitter's like, they're fake, they're not real police officers, get out of there, it's a fake, they're fake, or whatever she said, they're not real. And then she, the mom starts freaking out in the back seat as they're driving off, and the two officers are laughing at each other, and with the babysitter chasing them at the end down the road. And I'm like, okay. And then it ends. And then it goes to the next segment, which is called Gypsy's Curse. Which, this one, I really didn't care about. Because, oh, and also, the acting in all of these segments and the wraparound is horrible. But anyway. The second story is called Gypsy's Curse. Deals with a girl with her boyfriend, visits a local carnival, I guess, and she goes to a fortune teller, and you hear about her going to college, but her boyfriend doesn't really want her to go, I guess, and the teller tells her how she has to choose, but then also she has like a black cloud over her, and of darkness, and if they're all her life she will feel shame and hardships and not in a good place pretty much in life ever. She won't have any good luck. And so she leaves, she freaks out, she's like, I don't need this, and leaves. Boyfriend, he's like, what's wrong? And then she has a bad dream, but really it was lame because all it was she's back at the fortune teller's place, and like she gets startled by a random girl with burnt. It looked like burnt, like she was burned or something. I guess that represents her maybe in a dream form of or manifestation of whatever darkness is in her or something. Because then she's like, don't, and then she wakes up like it's Nightmare on Elm Street, like she saw Freddy, and then she sees like this purple or pink blotch or whatever on her neck. That's a huge hickey she got. And then what else? I have it written in the notes because I was trying to really get to the chase. Find out her name's Lindsay. But the only reason I know that is because they say it once, I think. Maybe they said at the beginning of the story, but I could have swore the boyfriend didn't say anything like that. So, the red mark starts growing even faster, or bigger, and then her skin starts peeling or burning. It starts to change, and her hair starts to fall out. Then she sees the fortune teller on TV because she tries to track her down, but then she's gone. But then she sees her on TV, so then she goes. You find out she's like a local, house east East State lady person, I think, or something to do with commercials. She follows her. She has a appointment with her. She talks to her. She's like, it's funny because then she's like, I don't really believe in this stuff. I just do it for whatever purposes. So then she pretty much does a ritual where I will take all your pain or whatever curse off of you and give it to me. But then in doing that, so that girl, so the lead, Lindsay, she's free, so she gets to live. I guess that's a plus. But at the same time, then you find out the assistant of this gypsy is cursed, I guess, now. Somehow, I guess she put the curse on her own assistant, even though she offered herself as a catalyst for that. But okay. And then it ends with the guy going home, get a long shot with, or a long scene with him in the car singing to a song. And then at home, and then I think he fell asleep or he woke up, and then he hurried in the bathroom to check his neck, and then, oh no, and then it ends. So I'm like, wait, how do you know about, okay. And the movie doesn't really speculate on much of nothing. Doesn't really explain a whole lot either. Anyway, the third story is 3 friends are visiting the Netherlands, and I guess they're like Laura Croft, where they visited tombs and different places in the world, explored many places. Then they go to a pub where they meet another couple, and then they talk, and then they argue, and then the old townie man, I guess the owner of this hotel that they stay at, he explains to them about a local legend of women living in the forest that lure men to their deaths in the water. Oh, so mermaids, I guess, pretty much, but they won't say, okay. They're called sirens, I guess, even though there's a movie called Sirens way better than this. And it's less downbeat, but whatever. And at least I care for the characters. I don't really care for anybody in this movie, in any of these stories, at all. Not even these 3 friends, who I guess, never mind. But yeah, they go, the one guy, Austin, he wants to go exploring, even though the old fart told him not to do that, because then the people that go in the forest never come out. So pretty much, it's all downbeat, because then everybody stupidly, so we're exploring stuff, we're exploring the forest, but then, you meet a local lost woman that's warning us not to go any farther, go back to town, but then the Austin guy is stupid, he wants to keep going, so then they keep going, and then Sam girl, she decides to leave, go back, and then she dies, because she makes out with one of the forest women, and then dies, and you do see everything. So then it's just Austin and the Dora, local lost woman, forest woman, that they meet. And you find out she's one of them, because then the Austin guy, he dies because he sees a hot girl in the water, so, let me take my clothes off and go in there, and then die. Even though I know about the stories. So then he dies with lame, bloody-eyed effects. and then the last guy, I forget his name, the final guy, it's just him and the local Dora lady. Turns out she's one of them, and she's like, "Will you stay here with us and then forget about your friends?" He's like, "Whatever." And then he just makes out with them, and then they pull him down in the water. And then you find out the old town fart is actually in on it too, because he's like, "Oh, I'll give you more Americans and more sacrifices just to see you again." And I'm like, "Wow, it's Descent Part 2 all over again. Yippee." Except, well, that movie was kind of not depressing, but let down as well. And then the movie ends with the wraparound where these, I think it was 4 counselors, they all die, because, like, 2 of them go off making out, and then they die off camera. And then you see a little, I guess she's like, what, 12, 13, or whatever. I guess she's a demon, but at the same time, she's not. Because she doesn't turn, she just has like a voice effect over her own voice, even though you can still hear her voice was combined with the vocal effects. Okay. So then but then I'm thinking she has like an axe or something carrying it, and that's how she's killing people. But no, she has like a big, what was it called? A paddle. I'm like, wow, you two can, first of all, 2 of you can overpower this little girl, because she's not even like half your size. She can literally, granted, she can like swing the paddle around, but you can like dodge that or catch it, and then, but no, they decide to run off, and oh, I think we lost her. They stop at a gate or at a fence, and then she, I guess, surrounds them, just standing in front of them, and then the woman screams, and then the girl just starts hitting away. I'm like, wow. Dies of stupidity. And then the movie ends with, I guess, the parents of these counselors. They come around. Oh, my child is missing or something. And I guess the mom or grandma, this demon girl, takes her off to Never Never Land. And she carries the Book of the Dead, or scary stories, whatever. And the grandma's like, or lady in the rear view's like, "What are you reading?" And then, or what is that? And then the girl's like, "Oh, it's just the book." And then it ends like it's a Goosebumps episode. Welcome to Elmwood or whatever. I'm like, Camp Elmwood. I'm like, oh, this movie sucked major and royally. It was horrible to sit through. The effects in the movie are not good, if any. There aren't any at all, really. If they are, it's cutaway or too fast to look at. The acting's horrible. Again, the kid in the first segment where he literally sees the guy dying in front of him, and all he can say is, oh no, or not even like that. It's like, oh no. I don't know how to. I can't really emulate. I don't have the talent to emulate how that kid did his line, because that's pure horrible bad acting talent right there. But it's horrible. Horrible. But this is what gives anthology movies a bad name, especially low budget ones. But oh well. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you like. Peace and love.